Day 7, multiple videos today. You have to watch them because there's going to be information that you just won't hear anywhere else. It's critically important to understand what's happening. This one, Strait of Hormuz. All right, we talked about it. Everybody knows 20% of the world's oil ships from there. We all know about the GPS spoofing. I've talked about that. The Navy ship. And now we have government insurance. Well, what was the problem with the insurance before? Well, the Lloyd's of London is the largest insurer of international shipping, and they're the ones that wouldn't give authority to ship. They're also tied to Great Britain, and obviously Great Britain did support this action. The Lloyd's of London closed down the insurance. We have a fix for that now. But what aren't you hearing? You're not hearing two critical things. The first one is the Gulf states are going to have to close down their pumping stations of oil, their rigs. And why is that? Because they're used to like an assembly line. Ships come in, they get loaded with fuel, oil, and then they move out to Europe, Asia, everywhere in the world. And now they're not going to be able to do that. There is no place to put the oil. Where are you going to put it? So the only option is to close down your facilities, not pump it, because you have no place to put it. So as long as those 211 ships remain and not moving, that's the issue. So now we have a longer supply chain of things that have to be closed down and later reopen that could affect the oil markets. Like I said yesterday, you got to communicate the successful shipping, the successful Navy ability to escort, and you have to get our Gulf allies online. I don't need you so much as an aircraft bombing in Western Iran. What I really need you to do is use your ships and help us with escorting and protecting the international shipping. So that's what I want to push here. The second most important thing, 90% of all the food for the Gulf countries and Iran comes from the Strait of Hormuz. So it's coming the other way. That's what's imported in. And so if they're not able to import that food, we're going to start having a crisis with food. And really what Europe should be doing is coming in there and helping us with escort duty, saying we're not getting involved with the Iran piece, but we will escort these ships. We'll make sure they have security, GPS, because this is international shipping. So the two big things, you already know the big story that we've talked about before with the Strait of Hormuz, but the two things you're not hearing is having to close down the oil platforms, and secondly, the necessity of what comes into the Strait of Hormuz for the Gulf countries as well as for Iran itself. This is going to complicate itself, not just with oil prices, but for other commodities and other issues of food instability. So it's critical we jump on that. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, put comments down, and there's a couple other videos I'm making today, back to back to back, that you need to watch.